What's up, guys? You can tell what today is. That's right. Real maintenance day. So it's been about 6 months since I've cleaned these, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a lot of dirt and grime in there, especially this one here. So I'm gonna make a 3-part series on how to clean your Abu Garcia reels, your Baitcast reels. And the first one I'm gonna start with is the Revo SX, and then I'm gonna go down to the Silver Max, and then we're gonna do the Black Max. I'm gonna go over the basic cleaning, more in-depth, more advanced cleaning, and just show you guys how to take these apart and clean them up. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. In order to clean these reels up, you're going to need a couple things. One thing I carry is a little screwdriver, little small bits, the Phillips bit right there, and then I've got some flathead bits and a little smaller Phillips bit. And then some Q-tips. You don't want to use these to clean up inside there. You can use a toothbrush too, but I don't have a used toothbrush. Some isopropyl alcohol just to clean it up on the inside before you lube it. And then you can use a plastic bottle, or just cut the bottom. Actually, cut the top part off. There you go, a little cup to hold your alcohol. You're going to want a little multi-tool, because you might have to use the grippers here to take some of the things apart. I'll show you that later. God, it still smells like vodka. Over here cleaning my reels with vodka. Then, once we're all done cleaning them up on the inside, we're going to want to make sure we grease it and lube them up, so then they can work properly and you can get some casting distance. So usually I use a cheap, it's like a $2 or $3 reel grease from this company here, Danielson. Works okay, but wanted to try something different. This time we're gonna try the Quantum hot sauce. I heard this stuff is very good, so it's about $7. So I guess you get what you pay for. And then I just use this cheap little bottle of Danielson reel oil. This is to put a couple dabs, a couple of drops inside of the on the bearings and on the worm gear. I'll show you guys how to do that. I carry some of this on me inside my tackle bag, just in case. I might notice sometimes that I'm not getting a lot of casting distance. Usually that's because the bearings aren't oiled very well. So yeah. Then you just want to have yourself some little paper towel just to wipe it off. So yeah, once again, got your Danielson, Real Oil, Quantum Hot Sauce. This is your grease for different parts. Got your little tub full of alcohol, screwdrivers, and then a multi-tool. Now, as you can see, I'm got it on free spool, and I got the tensioner right here really loose. As you can see, it spins okay, but could use some cleaning. Been using this sucker for punching and it's some pretty nasty mats, so haven't cleaned it since then. Really needs a good cleaning. I recommend you clean these things about, I usually like cleaning every other month, but I've been lagging it, so every 6 months is good. Some people say once a year, but usually on this Abu Garcia Revo SX, you don't have to clean it too often. Just have to lube it up, make sure it's good. So, yeah. So, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unscrew this little screw right here, and then you pull it out that way. That's gonna allow you to access the, let's see if we can get it here. There we go. That's gonna allow you to get that side plate off. Not too bad inside there. I'm not gonna clean it up in there. It's maybe just go over it with a Q-tip here. Just a little bit. So see, as you can see here, there's quite a bit of grease on that Q-tip there. I'm going to set this to the side. Next, we'll take our spool out. Now, good little tip, I'm not going to do it here, but a good little tip you can do is tape the spool, tape the line down, so that when you're spinning it in there and you're greasing these bearings up, it doesn't spin around all crazy. You're just gonna kind of swab this down too. Swab the back end of the spool, back end of the little spool shaft right there, and then just kind of wipe down here, wipe the bearing down. Now for deep, very deep cleaning, you're gonna want to take all these bearings out and kind of soak them in some bearing cleaner. So just gonna kind of set these off in the order that we take them out. Alright, so first I'm just gonna go over the basic cleaning. That's what I've been doing so far. So you're just gonna kind of take our Q-tip and clean all this nasty junk up in here. I'm going to break this reel down a little bit further later on, but this is just a basic maintenance right here. basic maintenance, I would do it like maybe once a month, every other month. The real deep cleaning, you want to do that every 6 months or once a year. Just gonna try to get in every little crevice. The back side of the thumb bar usually has some grease. Inside of the spool housing here. And the little worm gear, the little line guide right there. Just want to try to get on the inside of that best you can. All right. So now we're going to take a look at the worm gear. See, it's pretty greasy in there. Just gonna spin it a little by little and clean inside that worm gear. If you notice when you're reeling and reeling, and when you reel, your spool, your line guide gets stuck on one side and just keeps going back. It doesn't spool back, left and right. It's probably because this worm gear is dirty. Got some grease. I mean, it's dirty. It's got like some rocks or sand in there. Or you might just need a new pawl. The pawl is behind this little sucker right here. We'll go over that when we get a deeper cleaning going on. Right now we're just doing a basic clean. Yeah, looks fairly good to me. All right. I'm gonna get in the little pinion gear in here that spins the spool. Just kind of wipe it down real quick. Now we're gonna loosen the spool tension knob. Watch out, you gotta watch out, these parts will just fall out. I can already see this fell, and there's all kinds of dirt that just fell out. So, when you get your Q-tip, kind of wipe down that bearing there. Some grease right in there behind the thumb bar on the side. So what I haven't been doing is using this alcohol. Yeah, see. Yeah, put the alcohol in there and a little bit more is popping out. So yeah, that's pretty good. Revo SX, all you gotta do is just clean these little parts that we've gone over. That's the basic cleaning. You can do it once a week, once a month, once every other month. It's fairly easy to do. So if you just want to do the basic cleaning, that's all we'll pretty much do for now. And then before we put it all back together, we're gonna wanna go ahead and grease it up a little. Not grease it, but lube it up a little bit. We're gonna use this real oil right here. I don't think I have any scissors right here, so hopefully this will work. Ah, it worked. Gonna snip the top of that. This little sucker, gotta make sure that you don't take it all the way off, because that's gonna hold the little cap on. So what I like to do is get a little bit on the pinion gear. It's maybe a little drop. And then, oh shoot, put way too much on there. All you want is like a little drop. So we're just gonna kind of wipe it down, take all the excess out. Otherwise, if you keep all that oil in there, it's just gonna spin really free. You're gonna have a lot of backlashes. Another thing you could do is you could break down these handles, and on the back side of this, behind this little washer there's bearings in there too. So if you notice these aren't spinning freely, it's probably because the handle bearings need to get cleaned. So you can go ahead and put this little click washer back in. Should line up. There's two little grooves in there and these two little nipples on there. It should line up nice. There we go. So usually you'll wipe down in there with a Q-tip, but I don't really see any dirt, so oh. We're just gonna put a little bit of oil right here, a couple drops on the Q-tip. Just go around the threads on the spool tensioner before you put it back on. Get on there. All right. Now we're gonna put a little drop on this bearing. Maybe a couple drops. And I'll put a couple drops on this bearing. Tighten it down so it doesn't come off. Then I'll put a couple drops on the worm gear. Then work it back and forth. What I usually do is I put on free spool. Now it's loose and you can get as many turns in there as you can. So there it is. And then last thing you want to do is back here there's a little lube port. You just want to, that's not coming undone. Those are where these other bits come in. Where's it at? The little lube port right there. I'm gonna make sure you don't lose all these screws. So there's our little lube port. Just wanna take the little piece off right there. Set it off to the side. Put a little rubbing alcohol on your so I'd spin it and then kind of clean it out. It's a simple cleaning. You want to take your hot sauce, access that little lube port. You don't want to put too much in there. Put your little cap back on. All right, so that wraps it up. We showed you how to do a basic cleaning on your Baitcast reel. This was the Abu Garcia Revo SX, and next time we'll show you how to do an in-depth cleaning on it. So stay tuned for that video. Should be over the next couple of days or so. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helps you out.
Sit on the truck.